Hello, and this is my final drug portfolio expertise assignment. First, I would like to talk about the drug that I have been researching is cocaine, which comes from the coca plant. Um, the first element I would like to talk about is the different ways that you can ingest cocaine. I've learned about 3 different ways you can ingest cocaine. Okay, so the 3 main ways will be people who snort it up their nasal cavities, so snort it up their nose. Goes into the body pretty quickly, into the bloodstream pretty quickly when they sniff it. So it reacts really quickly. And that's in powder form. Another way to do it in powder form would be to put it into a spoon, mix with water, and then take it into a syringe or needle, and then ingest it into the skin with the needle. And then the third main way that people use cocaine is to use it as crack cocaine. So crack cocaine is like a cheaper form of cocaine that they make into like a rock form. People take little small portions of the bigger rocks and put them into like pipes to smoke them. And they smoke them from the top of the pipe, and the cocaine falls into the bottom of the pipe, and they take a lighter and heat that part, and then they smoke it, and then the smoke goes into the bloodstream as well. So, and that's a cheaper way. It's more diluted than pure powder form cocaine is. So, okay. And then people also take cocaine in powder form and put it into like joints with marijuana and mix the marijuana and cocaine together. So that's another way that I found out that people use cocaine. It's important to know how people use cocaine, because if I was a parole officer, which I want to be in the future, I want to be a parole officer. If someone was to have a crack pipe on them or a syringe that looks like it, if they don't have diabetes or any reason to carry a syringe on them, that could be considered paraphernalia if they have any drug history. So that's why it's important as a criminal justice agent. It's just important to know all different areas of information on the crimes that you investigate, or what your offenders that might be on your caseload might be into, that you want to keep them away from. So you need to know what they can't have and what they need to be around. The second element I want to talk about is how addictive cocaine is. So cocaine is addictive. It sends high levels of dopamine, which is a natural chemical messenger in your body, in the parts of your brain that control pleasure. This pleasure feeling is intoxicating and causes users to become highly addictive pretty fast. What they don't realize is that they will quickly need high dosages to get that same high, and then it spirals out of control because higher doses can lead to overdosing or even death. So it's very addictive. It gets addictive quickly. So that's not a good thing. The health risk is another element I want to speak about. Health risk. The effects of cocaine can put users at risk for heart, stomach, and lung problems. Users frequently get heart attacks, which we all know can kill you pretty quickly, a heart attack. According to drugabuse.com, when a person first uses cocaine, they will have a feeling of intense well-being, increased talkativeness, decreased appetite, decreased sleeping behavior, a sense of having more alertness, and heightened sexual arousal. All of those pleasure feelings um, will force people to be more addicted to cocaine, will make them want it more because they're getting all of these false senses of pleasure. So that actually heightens their addiction. Okay. Next. Okay, so this still is going into the health of the health problems that you have from cocaine. Okay, so also according to drugabuse.com, with using cocaine, you are at risk of experiencing anxiety, paranoia, erratic or even violent behavior, rapid heart rate, hypertension, blood pressure, and heart attacks. So this even goes into the behavior of someone who uses cocaine. So your health is a big risk to your health and your behavior as well. Okay, so that's another element because it does change the way people behave. I know for a fact my father used to be addicted to cocaine, and he had an issue with, which we don't talk to this day for this reason. He had some type of sexual abuse thing that he did when he was high on cocaine, and he doesn't do that outside of being on cocaine. But all the years that he was addicted to cocaine, he had those type of issues. So he was in and out of prison for those reasons, and he explained to me how cocaine will make you do things that you normally wouldn't do, and it get you in a lot of trouble, and it can ruin your life. So it's not good. So that's why it was important for me to even bring that one up as well. And plus, us as criminal justice majors, we need to know the effects of cocaine. I mean, if a client on my caseload has any of these health risks and they didn't have any prior health issues, or if they were acting erratically or paranoid or hyper, then I would kind of know the signs of, okay, maybe they're on cocaine. Maybe I need to give them a drug screen. So it's important for criminal justice professionals to have this type of information. My last point is to know what cocaine paraphernalia looks like, which I discussed in the drug expertise for portfolio 11. Pipes made of glass. So this is a list of cocaine paraphernalia that you might see. Pipes made of glass, wood, stone, plastic, or ceramic. Water pipes, bongs, and chilones, which is a long hollow pipe usually made of clay. Okay, roach clips, pipe usually made of clay. Okay, roach clips, objects that are used to hold materials like rolled cigarettes and joints that are too small to be held by hand that may not be able to be held. So they have to put it in a roach clip to hold it. Miniature spoons that hold less than 1/10 of a cubic centimeter, often used for snorting cocaine. So some people put it in the spoons and they sniff from the spoon to their nose in really small little spoons. And freebase cocaine kits. And someone that you will see selling cocaine, because we might have people that we deal with, offenders or parolees or probationers that we deal with that may even sell drugs or cocaine or are into drug trafficking. So this is another list of paraphernalia you might find from someone who is drug trafficking with cocaine. So there are scales and balances that are intended to weigh controlled substances, equipment designed to test strength, purity of controlled substances, material or chemicals used to dilute or cut the strength of the cocaine, and syringes or needles for injecting cocaine. So this information was found at www.criminal.findlaw.com. So all of this information is important because as criminal justice professionals, we need to understand every aspect, if possible, of the drugs that our offenders may be using. If it is our responsibility to try to keep them off of drugs, which in most criminal justice professionals are supposed to work at doing drug screens, getting treatment for their offenders. So all of this information will go into what the therapist needs to know from us, what our clients need help with, even with helping them with different things like getting jobs or, just their therapy or whatever. We need to know this information because you're very involved in your client's life when you are a parole agent. So you have to know the ins and out of what they're doing and what they're using and what they can't be around and can't have. So having all of this information is very important in being a criminal justice professional. So that's the end. That's all.